Manchester United fans need to stop doing this. Erik ten Hag's side lost 4-0 against Crystal Palace on Monday night, and I've seen so much of these standard phrases we've heard over the years. The players are giving up on the manager. The players have down tools. We've heard these over the years with Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but this is not what's happening, guys. Let's just get the record clear. Players have supposedly down tools under Erik ten Hag. Cristiano Ronaldo, gone. Jadon Sancho, gone. If someone else has done something, Marcus Rashford, suspended for a game, Alejandro Garnacho, they've all been disciplined, and Ten Hag's been able to do that. In the past, was Mourinho able to exile Paul Pogba from his squad? No. No other manager has been able to have this chance to stamp their authority on the squad. Ten Hag has been able to literally sack Cristiano Ronaldo, and whilst it probably was the right move, no other manager has had that power. So it just seems like a ridiculous opinion to say that these players are down in tools, and even then, the opinion is that it's the same players losing another Manchester United manager their job. Well, let's look through that team against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. 7 out of the 11 starting 11 were signed by Erik ten Hag. Mason Mount, 55 million. Rasmus Højlund, 72 million. Anthony, 85 million. Casemiro, 70 million. And Andre Onana, 47 million. Both Christian Eriksen and Johnny Evans were signed on free contracts, but I think out of that 7, you can probably only say that Johnny Evans was a less than ideal option. All of the other players, Eriksen when he came on a free, was considered a very shrewd signing. Then you look at the remaining 4 in the team. Garnacho, Mainoo, both made their breakthrough under Erik ten Hag. Garnacho has signed a new contract. Mainoo looks likely to sign a new contract. Diego Dalot has been United's player of the season this year, or up there. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the only player out of those 11 players who Erik ten Hag neither signed or has basically brought into the team to be a mainstay of the starting 11. Wan-Bissaka, out of the 11 players last night, I know a couple were playing out of position, but he was the only player who Ten Hag, you can argue, does not trust. He should trust all of the starters, but Anthony coming off for a defensive midfielder shows how much trust he has in one of the signings. And some people will still claim that United should have the God-given right to win against Crystal Palace. They only need to put in a little bit more effort, even if the tactics are bad, even if people consider that the players aren't amazing. They think that they should be able to rock up at Selhurst Park and win the game, like United used to. Even if they were playing poorly, they could still win these games, and they still can at points. But I think a lot of people need to consider the way that the Premier League has changed. Teams across the country are all tactically superior to what they were 3, 5, 10 years ago. They also have much better players. Elise, Eze, they'd be starting. They'd be probably main men for Manchester United if they didn't have the current system suck the talent out of them. They are very good players. They have a good squad. They've got a good manager in Oliver Glasner. And it's not as simple as United just need to try harder. We've got to face the facts that these players are trying. They have not given up on the manager. They are trying in a poor system and getting exposed by teams who are taking advantage of United's system. And one last point is that I've seen people saying that players have been faking injuries. This is an absolutely ridiculous statement. Watch how we play football. The best transition team in the world Ten Hag wanted, but instead these players are just doing sprints and sprints to end to no avail. And it's part of the reason that there's so many injuries. Muscle injury. And to think that someone like Marcus Rashford would be faking an injury. Why would he do that when he's already played through injury this season? He's played through injury in the past. There's no chance he's faking an injury. Harry Maguire admitted that he was playing through injury. Johnny Evans returned too early. He failed a fitness test, but he still started against Crystal Palace and played 90 minutes because Ten Hag did not trust one of the 18-year-olds, whether he's right or wrong. You cannot blame players for faking injuries. That's absolutely absurd. But let's just get this straight. None of these players have thrown Ten Hag under the bus. That might have happened under previous regime. Under Solskjaer, you could argue it. Under Mourinho, you could argue it. But this is not the same. You cannot just blame a squad of players for the results being poor when this is the system they're playing in. All you have to do is look at the XG table, which some people might not like, but it gives you a good indicator. United players have overperformed this season, and whilst they certainly have a part to play, they should not be blamed if Erik Ten Hag is sacked at the end of the season.